Right, today I'm joined by Aidan from Avamore, who can introduce himself and then we'll discuss some items.
Yep, my name's Aidan. I'm a relationship manager at Avamore Capital, focusing on development finance, refurb finance, part complete and bridging.
One of the main issues that I want to discuss is development.
Yeah.
To give you some context, a lot of people apply that don't qualify. So what is it that a development lender is looking for an ordinary, straightforward client?
So the good thing about Avamore Capital is we can look at a varied range of clients, whether you're first-time developers or extremely experienced. But I think the main points from a client that's looking to start in the development finance journey is to really figure out the numbers first, mainly the build costs, the end values and the land purchase. They are going to be the three main things that we're looking at in terms of the figures. But as well as that, it's actually understanding what the team is around them in terms of, have they got a good broker behind them, good architects, good contractor builders with experience in that project as well.
So if someone's got no experience or it's their first project,
yes,
you look more towards the experience and awareness of the contractor.
Exactly that.
Like having a presence online, previous projects.
Exactly. As long as they've got a previous experience of the project they're looking to carry out, for instance, it's a block of 9 flats. They've never done a block of 9 flats, but they've got a contractor that has. That's absolutely fine. As long as they can show us the actual project that they've done previously, then we can look at it.
What I also sometimes get, or is a common one, that the GDV figures are way out of context. What sort of percentage-wise, I'm not going to hold you to it, but are you looking to make it a realistic deal?
So I think it's more to do with the profit rather than anything else. So, I mean, typically, you're looking for anything from 15 to 25%.
Yeah.
But again, it depends on the exit strategy as well, because if you're looking to retain the units at the end, actually you can look at a lesser amount of profit because you know you are going to keep them and get a rental figure at the end.
Something like that is where the difference is the builder's profit isn't as important because they're retaining them, going to rent them out.
Exactly.
And so on. But sometimes you get such unrealistic figures. I mean, like 75% profit someone thinks they're going to make on it.
Yeah, I see it all the time.
And it's actually managing their expectations that it's just not realistic, or your figures are so far wrong.
Exactly.
Because you're new to the table.
And that's the thing.
Because their family members are going to do the build. That's another common one.
Yeah, I see it all the time, unfortunately. I mean, we get a lot of contractors that have done developments in the past, but haven't ever carried one out in their own name. So it's, in that situation, we can easily support those clients. But when you're talking about the GDV, it's really important to go out to estate agents, actually have that discussion with them and not just talk to your mate down at the pub to say, oh, it's got to be worth this much. I can easily make 30%. It's got to be about actually researching the comparables, because that's how you then get down valuations as well.
And also, all of them come into the market at the same time.
Exactly.
The flats, so people are going to start negotiating.
And that's the thing, you've got to look at the saturation in the market as well. I mean, are there too many flats in the area? Is there any point actually building this because you're just going to struggle to sell them? And then again, that's where the exit strategy comes in as well.
I think one of the, just on that point, really, the saturation, this is all the stuff that the valuer and the asset manager, QS, is going to do. But it's understanding that's going to cost quite a lot of money up front to find that out if you got it wrong.
Exactly.
What would you say is the average cost of just a valuation?
So, I mean, the range, I'd say the minimum's probably for a valuation, you're looking at about $3,000 these days. And that can range up to about 8, 9, depending on the size of the loan. But
so it's a lot of money to outlay if you've got your figures wrong.
Exactly, and that's not even including solicitors. It's not including your MS initial your monitor surveying, initial cost as well. So there's a lot of upfront costs, which is why it's so important from a lender's point of view as well to actually fact find as much as you possibly can on the front end, to make sure that the client isn't actually going to invest too much money, which is where I come in and the team in-house come in to actually have a look and see what's been sold in the area, to make sure the GDVs do stack up, make sure the build costs stack up, and make sure they've got the experience to carry this through. So it is that inexperience, and I mean, going from a refurb to a ground-up development, it's a big jump.
Yeah. Can you also do, you touched on the refurb and the bridging.
Yes.
To get away from this myth that bridging's a bad thing.
Oh my God, it's amazing, yeah.
Yeah. So if you can explain a bit more about how and when it should be used.
So bridging's great for a purchase. I mean, it's, to be honest with you, we're not the strongest on bridging, but the reason why we use it is to help our clients gain the property or the asset or the land with planning to then actually go into a development or a refurb, either to go back into planning and gain a better, more units, more square footage, or just to reconfigure. And it buys them that time. It's pretty cheap at the moment. I mean, we're 0.89 on that at the moment with no exit. So it's not a case where it's going to be extremely expensive. It's quick as well. So the seller's going to be motivated to actually sell you the land as well, or the asset. It's such a good tool for every single developer. Such a good tool, yeah.
And then the after buying bit is that you've got the monitoring surveyor or QS or whatever you want to call it. They all have different terms.
Tell me about it.
That you're drawing down in arrears. So you've got, it's not just a matter of, oh, I've got this deposit. You've got to have money for the first drawdown. You've got to have availability, you know, and a period of time where you could be waiting for the money. Not for any of the lender's faults, but because you've done so much, you need to get some in to go again.
Yeah, exactly that. And I think that's something that's overlooked by a lot of clients. And I think another thing that's overlooked is what, as a lender, we call loan to cost. So you'll have different loan to cost percentages from every lender. We go up to about 90% at the moment, but that means that the client has to put 10% in. So that's the total loan against the total cost, as you know, of the project.
Yeah.
And I think this is something that clients really overlook. You can buy it at a really good price, but then if you buy it at a really good price, then actually you could be 93, 94% loan to cost, and you'll never get that finance unless you put more money in.
Yeah.
And again, it goes back to that point of actually you need to have a good chunk of cash behind you in order to allow yourself to get into this development. And we talk about contingencies as well.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that you have cash behind you to actually...
Yeah, it's just hard to explain to some clients because they don't understand.
Yeah.
Well, they think that their figures are exact. They're not going to go wrong.
Yeah.
There's never going to be a delay, and price of materials will never go up.
Yeah. Out of interest, when you do get a client, how do you see them working out their build costs?
I get so many different versions.
Yeah.
You can get a full-on breakdown on proper spreadsheets to someone writing it on a fag packet. But it's putting it all together and actually explaining, look, it's not a matter of you just telling us that what it is. That's got to go off to the bank. It's got to go off to the valuers. It's got to go off to the asset manager. And they've all got to agree these figures. And you know, the monitoring surveyor and the surveyor do actually speak to each other. And there can be a disagreement between them.
Of course.
And then a final decision draft will come out, and that will be what controls the offer. So from my side, it's more important that what the clients present their project as, which makes it easier for the likes of myself, and then on to you, and then on to the surveyor, and full circle back to them because they get an offer for it all.
Of course, yeah, because I mean, I get a lot of clients who are experienced clients in some rural areas that actually can build for very low pounds per square foot, but the only reason being is because they've got the contact in the area, they've got contacts with the merchants, and actually they're doing most of the work themselves as well.
Yeah.
And And that's something that actually, from a lender's point of view, we need to be able to justify with the MS and with the valuers, is actually this client can build for this. Here's the experience of him doing this before. But I think if you're new coming into the game, there's a lot of software that you can use now as well to give you that give you that advantage. Like the BCIS, I always try and recommend. I mean, you do need to become a member, but that will tell you how much the materials are going to be, how much labour is going to be in regional areas. That will give you a good understanding of what you're actually going to be able to build this for.
I think particularly more recently, the market's opened up because development finance was originally quite closed. It's, you know, you had to have experience, you had to have done this, you had minimum loan sizes were a lot larger.
Yeah.
You know, we just discussed it, and yours is 250,000.
Yeah.
Which is the gross loan anyway, not just the purchase.
Exactly.
So you know, you couldn't previously talk to someone about a development loan unless it was £500,000 or £1 million.
Yeah.
And the market's now a bit like the bridging finance has come down to help the clients get on the ladder to get to the bigger projects, because you couldn't just jump from converting a house to a 6-bed HMO to doing 23 flats.
No.
So from my side, it's has become a better market, a more open market.
Right. Okay.
Which is good for everybody.
Yeah, of course.
So apart from me telling everybody your minimum loan size, what other special points?
So I think one of the other great things about Avamore is we've got another product which is called Part Complete. So if you have, say it is your first development and you didn't foresee some problems coming up, maybe the foundations, it was horrible foundations and you've been delayed 3-4 months. The lender wants out and they want the money back. What we can do is we can actually refinance the development at any stage. So it can be from foundation stage to post-wind watertight. And we can go up to 75% on day one on that and still fund the rest of the build costs as well. So I think that's a massive product, especially at this time of the year that we're starting to see come up a lot more often. But I think our refurb product is still really strong as well, because you'll have a lot of other lenders that differentiate between light, medium and heavy, whereas for us it's all the one. All the one
So one product.
Exactly that. And again, it's 75% day one, up to 70% gross. And again, there's no exit fee on that as well. And it's a case where actually, say in this building right now we were to keep one structural wall, we would still consider that a heavy refurb.
Yeah.
So we can, whereas a lot of other lenders would consider that probably dev.
Yeah.
So we can work our way around that and give a maximum on day one, which will help a lot for a lot of clients looking to take out a bit of leverage.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in.
No problem.
Finishes for today, so please watch out on all our social media outlets for more episodes coming up.